Alright everyone, welcome to a video from the depths. So I decided to do that little intro just for the proper, I guess you could call it, surprise, I guess. I don't really, presentation? I don't really know the correct term for that. But, as you can see, I have been pretty busy. This is actually a ship I have completed a little while back, but yeah, so I made a few adjustments before reviewing it, and yeah, so let's get right into this thing, shall we? So, if you don't know though, real quick, From the Depths is a game where you can, of course, build ships, you can build aircraft, you can build just about anything, spacecraft, land, tanks, you name it. Um, but as you can see, I actually have just this big behemoth of a battleship. Um, and it's actually based off of a real life ship. Now, of course, I didn't copy and paste. I didn't copy and paste the ship like in real life, of course, because that wouldn't be as interesting. I'd feel, and also it'd be kind of difficult because I'm not the best at doing that type of thing. So yeah, so this is actually a real life shape that I got the idea from, which is called the Yamato. Now, if you don't know history, the Yamato is a battleship, a legendary battleship from Japan, uh, and it was actually named the largest battleship of all, at its time, and I guess actually forever. Really, it's just the biggest battleship period, basically. Um, and I decided, to get some inspiration from that. And well, I think I did a pretty good job. Kind of taking what I could. Just a big behemoth of metal. Um, but yeah, so of course I couldn't actually copy and paste the ship for a multitude of reasons. Just because, well, for one, I'm not exactly that creative in the terms of like making something real life into reality of a like in a game. Basically, I'm not really good at copying like that, but yeah, so I basically just got the general idea from it. And well, yeah, so I also had to there's also a lot of things in this game that you have to make to actually be good, I guess, like AIs and all that type of stuff. So like it's pretty difficult to actually really make a real life ship, since there's a lot more advanced things that you have to put on your ships than most. Because battleships back then, I mean, you wouldn't really have a lot of like, because this thing has like laser cannons and all types of weird crap. So and like thrusters to help it turn. So yeah, you really couldn't like. I don't know. You really couldn't copy a real ship into this game. I mean, I guess you could, but it wouldn't. Of course, it would be a lot more advanced, which I guess is alright. But I kind of wanted to make my own design, so here we are. Anyway, beyond that, so yeah, so this thing took me quite a while to make. I remember getting on every day, spending like several hours just thinking of how I wanted to design this behemoth. And as you can see, well, I had to really come up with some great strategy ideas to actually make this thing functional, just because of its mere size. Um, I had to place a bunch of these, basically, generators and all that. So yeah, so I'll go over the ship from the basics to, well, just basically showing the entire ship around. So this thing, the hull of the ship, for starters, it is about 5 to 6 to. Uh, it's kind of all over the place with how many layers are at each spot of the ship, but it is accurately enough to be around 5 to 7 blocks thick all the way around. Um, with supported by heavy metal, which if you don't know is the strongest metal in this game. Uh, so heavy metal is the strongest, and we got metal, just regular metal, which is the second strongest, and that's what it's made out of for its durability. Uh, there's also this giant thing right here, which is encasing all the natural resources that you are required to have for the game, like materials, ammo, energy, all that stuff is here. As you can see in here, you got the batteries, ammunitions, material containers, all that stuff. It's a big box that is also reinforced just in case they ever penetrate. But that's also the reason why there is all these little guys. Now these things are repair guys. When your ship takes a massive amount of damage and starts losing its layers and stuff, you can have these things repair them. And that's why I have so many, because this is a vital spot. Because not only is this the resources, but it's also the AI. So the AI is right above it, which is reinforced in even more metal armor, light alloys, and a bunch of EMP resistant materials that keep this thing just completely impenetrable almost. So for anything to really punch through this thing, you would need a very powerful laser to actually make happen. But even a powerful laser, I mean, the AI don't really have that, I guess. Like they don't really have extremely powerful laser beams. So yeah, so that's not something to really worry about. And so against any AI ship, I don't think this thing actually can lose. I've only ever lost one battle with this thing. I did a campaign, and I only ever lost one battle with it. And the only reason that was is because there was a design flaw, where our AI was actually exposed to EMP, which is why it is very, if I can even find it now, holy crap, which is why it's barricaded now from all this. So you got all these EMP resistant things. You got sandstone, which is also resistant. You got rubber, which is also resistant, and you got another layer of the same stuff. So it's a box inside of a box inside of a box, basically now. And yeah, this thing is guarded to the hell now. But yeah, as you can see, that's the AI. It is uh, extremely complex. I mean, and not really when you're actually building it. It's not really that complex. Really, all you need is the cards and all that stuff to connect it to each other. But I mean, we had to cram this thing in here, and we were gonna add more guns, but we felt that it really didn't need to. We didn't really need any more guns for this vessel, so we kind of maximized as much AI chips as we could, and then went from there. But yeah, so that's the AI for you. It's quite crazy looking. One of the biggest AIs we've ever made on this game. Me and my friends. This thing is monstrous compared to any other AI we had. Because we have multiple ships, but this is by far one of the most advanced AI systems we have. But yeah, so here we have, of course, the steam engines, which are being built. Well, they're built by large boilers and stuff, because we needed something ridiculously strong to even move this damn thing, as you could imagine. Um, so we have just 4 propellers able to move this thing. It goes about 20 miles an hour. Like I said, the turning is not really great, so we had to put a bunch of boat rudders on it. It really doesn't even help that much. Even with the thrusters, for crying out loud, it doesn't really help too much. But yeah, it's. But the thing is, it almost doesn't need to turn, just because the weapons that are on it are so there's weapons all around the thing, so you really don't need to turn. Uh, but here's also a little design flaw that I also made. It's not really that big of a deal, but uh, it's just this bottom's made out of wood. I wish I would have made it out of alloy instead, but it's not that big of a deal. And yeah, I don't really see this as a big issue. You don't really notice it. It's that far underwater. So yeah, so you're never gonna really see it anyway. But yeah, we also have sonars under here to detect basically submarines and stuff. Um, I forgot what I was gonna say. There was something else I was gonna say too. We have something else down here too. I'm not really sure what it was. We were gonna add guns down here, but uh, we figured out that the cram cannons, the ship is so low to the water, it actually gives it an advantage because the cram cannons can actually look very far downward. And we actually had a submarine trying to take us out, and these cram cannons looked down far enough and then just blasted it to hell. We do have torpedoes as well, large missile um, hatches and stuff down here. Got large gantries, all that juicy stuff for missiles in here that deal with it pretty well. But yeah, the cram cannons mostly take out most of the. They deal with most of the submarines we had to deal with. We never really had too much of an issue with submarines ever, surprisingly enough. Because I thought for sure that we would need to build more guns down here just to deal with that sort of deal. But you really don't need to because the submarine, for one, like any weapons that the AI have on submarines are not powerful enough to actually penetrate through this. And well, even if they were, we can easily deal with them if because the AI typically like run over here. So yeah, I mean it's no big deal when you're dealing with PVE. Um, but yeah, so we got ion thrusters, as you can see here. We just for basically turning the ship faster. Like I said, it doesn't help too much, but it does help. The guns back here, basically, all they're meant to do is like stop missiles and stuff. Same as these. These are just to get things off our ass as well. We have this thing for that too, but we usually use this for like air, big ships, sort of deal like that. So this is kind of where those like more smaller, pesky size ships and stuff. So it's not much, but it does help a bit. Um, we have some standard guns, particle cannons, encased guns here, going through the whole thing. We got some Mambas, these big guns right here. And then we have all this area. Now this area is really insane, dealing with a crap ton of missiles. We have anti missile defense. These are actually custom made by my friend. Um, they take out most of the missiles that they send at us. These are also medium gantry missiles that attack targets as well. So we got some missiles there. We got this big guy right here, some for just penetrating ships. Our main battery, which you saw earlier, which is this thing kicks ass. It's insane. It basically allows all the other smaller weapons to do even more damage, just because once it pierces through the heavy armor and stuff, the little guns could go and just fucking rip the ship to shreds, basically from the inside out at that point. Um, but yeah, we also have all these defenses. We kind of went overkill with it, but it's the Yamato, so we decided to give it some justice, and we just kind of went crazy with it. We have eyes for all the guns, of course. We got small missile gantries up here just for dealing with even small fighters or what have you. We got more guns up here, as you can tell, for dealing with more. Most of these guns are meant for targeting missiles, but if they don't have any missiles to target, they'll just take out like if we're doing like a broadsider ship, we'll just have them fire at the ship, of course. Now this big guy, yeah, that thing tears ass as well. The one problem we do have with it sometimes, since it is so massive, sometimes it does get stuck like right here, but it's only sometimes, and uh, this gun isn't even needed. It's just really for that extra oomph to the ship. But yeah, we have so many guns that if any gun goes offline, it really does not matter. Like if this one went offline, these mobs went offline, it wouldn't matter. There's so many guns that it makes up for it. So yeah. To go even further with it, we have material gatherers for the campaign. So this basically is a mobile base, pretty much. Um, yeah, we got warning systems as well across the whole thing, basically. Uh, got more repair bots just outside the deck, just going through the whole ship, basically. Yeah, this thing is armed to the teeth. Now, you're probably just wanting to see how it actually performs, and I will allow you to see that now. So, I have a little test target that I'm gonna put up for us, um, and it is, where are you? There it is. So this is just a random ship that I'm gonna spawn in. This is actually one of my designs. It's basically just a layered out tank made of light alloy. It's more or less a test target at this point for us, but I'll spawn in for you. And there you go. Boom! I'm already getting an error. But yeah. So, as you can tell, these usually don't come up in the campaign, but it's just stupid here for some reason. Okay, so this is actually a cut edit, because I accidentally had it on a different mode, so I wasn't able to handle it, but because all the errors. But so this is the other ship I have. So this is basically like an average ship size, and well, as you can see, it's not doing too good already. It's actually trying to just ram the ship now. I'm not really sure why. Yeah, so the AI is actually dead. Pretty sure the ship is, yeah. Yep, it's dead. But yeah, so that tank thing earlier, as you saw, had like a lot of layers to it. So I'm gonna spawn that in for you. Look at that. Boom! All that light alloy. Yeah, see, you can see it's all light alloy through there. Some metal. Bam! Yamato does not give two shits, alright? They don't give nothing. They don't give a crap. And as you can tell, this thing is, yeah, it's it's dead already. So now you might be asking, well, what about some of the AI ships? Well, I'll give a presentation of that as well. So I'll spawn in, since I do know that the Onyx Watch is, well, it is like one of the most powerful ships in terms of like durability and cannons and stuff. But we will see how they hold up. So I'll make them, just make them, yeah, I'll make them Steel Striders. It doesn't really matter. But I'll put them here. So this is their strongest weapon that I know of, at least. Look at that. And now the two behemoths are just killing each other. And it is lagging like a motherfucker. I am dying somehow. Where am I dying at? Oh, Jesus. Oh, I'm on this thing. I better go to, better go to Yamato. Yeah, so if you die in the game, you die, well, I lose my camera basically, but oh my god, clean up. Oh, yeah, so you can see the main gun is offline for this thing. This thing is taking a heavy beating, that's for sure. Most of its primary weapons are offline. It's trying to backpedal too, because it's kind of not doing too good. Now it did penetrate through here, but that's okay though, because we have We have a lot of repair bots. See how look how fast it's healing. Look at that. Just healing like no tomorrow. Oh, and there we go. It's already almost fully repaired. Yeah, but this thing you can see is in much worse conditions though. It's just barely holding together just because of how much breaches there is now. You can see there's a breach here. There's a few breaches here. It's got a hell of a breach here. It's pretty much sinking almost at this point. Its front end is underwater. So even though we had still do have a massive hole here because it blew us up again. Freaking, they did all that. It don't even matter because of because of how powerful the healing on this thing is and how big it is. It takes so much breaches to freaking sink the Yamato. Now, the reason why I turned a little bit further to the left is just because I want to get the perfect broadside, if all possible. Since if I get a good broadside, I can really do some damage. And look at all that damage from those missiles. Woo! Look at that. But here come all the repair boys. All these little helicopter guys are coming in. Repairing shit. As you can see, we're still above sea level. We are taking in a lot of water, but it's okay. You don't really need to worry too much about that while you're in the Yamato. This thing's like halfway underwater right now as well. So yeah, you can see all the freaking firepower hitting those missiles. But it does still make it through. It really just slows it down. But now you can see it's really hurt now. It's most of its guns are offline. But yeah. So, and as you can tell, this is like really strong armor too. Like this is actually like one of the best designs for armor because it has heavy armor, it has metal, light alloy just covered over it, has shielding. It has really good durability, but even such a powerful design for taking a lot of damage, even this thing cannot withstand the power of the Yamato. It's just too strong. There's too many weapons for it to take. Especially when that barrage comes in. Whoa! Yeah, so the Yamato is just tearing this thing apart. It's basically dead now. I mean, you can see it's pretty much nothing at this point. And now the legendary stronghold of the Onyx Watch is now destroyed. Ain't that a shame? So I'm gonna spawn in. Let's just spawn in some air. So you've seen how it does against big broadside or I guess really an artillery boat, a very tank artillery boat. So we're gonna have now. I'm gonna spawn in multiple things, right? I'm gonna spawn in some. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna put multiple things together. And basically, we're just gonna see how it goes. So the first thing I'm gonna add is, if I can find it, Raven Nest. There it is. So I'm gonna spawn in this thing. So this is like a base, right? This is like a big ass base with like a lot of guns on it. So we're gonna spawn that in, and then after this, I'm also gonna give it some. I'm gonna give it some air support too. I forget if this thing can fly. I think it can. If it doesn't, I don't know. But then we're also gonna have a what you would call it. Basically a what are these guys, I guess. I don't really know what they're capable of, but yeah, so we'll have an air support, We'll have a big mothership basically, and on top of all that, a freaking big ass base. And we'll see how the Yamato can face upon this. So as you can see, the Yamato is just getting fucking bombarded by a million things. But will it matter? Oh, well. Uh-oh. You probably shouldn't have went there. Well, it must have took us some major damage because it's not flying anymore. Or hovering, whatever, which one you would prefer it as. Dang, that thing has a lot of drones to it, doesn't it? Oh yeah, those cram cannons are having the time of their life right now. They're just nuking that thing. Yeah, so as you can see, it is really exposed now. Yeah, that thing's not doing too good. However, the Yamato is taking in a bit of water, but it doesn't look like... I think it might be just the waves turning it, actually. It doesn't look like there's any holes, actually. Because this is a little bit more front heavy than the rest, so now we're gonna get into broadside position, and this thing's about to get toasted. Look at these cram cans. They're about to have the time of their life. They're about to have a heart attack. Look at this. Look at this right now. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh, you're not doing too good. This thing looks like it's back in the air, but I doubt for long, just because it does look like it's already taking even more beating than before. Uh-oh. No. Yeah, I was right. It just took a major blow. It's too damaged. Although it does look like it is in kind of good condition, sorta. But it's mainly, I'm assuming it's just well, the major gaping holes that it has right now. It's out of control, and I think its AI is possibly dead too. Yeah, it's still getting targeted. It's like, help me! Oh. So now the primary target now is really just the Raven Nest, which it is not doing too great. Is it such in bad shape? Oh boy, look at all that. It's losing a lot of pieces. Let's see the conditions of the Yamato. 100%? 71. Yeah. So you can see on the radar, that's how many missiles we're getting hit by. Just bam, 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 bam. We're shooting a few out, shooting a few of the missiles out, but really, it's not doing anything. And oh, something happened. Oh, something majorly bad happened. Oh no. Oh, Raven Nest is dead. Yep, there she goes. They killed the AI. Now it's just the flyers versus this monstrosity. All I really gotta do as well is just move forward. See, one hit, now they're getting targeted like hell now. And they're just getting killed left and right. So this thing, he's playing with death right now. He's like, ah, help me! I try to get out of here, little bugger. Firing more missiles and stuff. He's out of control. He's like, ah! Yeah, these flyers don't know what to do now. They have no leader. No thing that can take damage for them, so now they're just screwed. I don't know what their main ship is, because I know they had a main ship, unless it's dead already too. Yeah, so as you can see, like, as soon as the cannons and everything else started targeting them, yeah, they're just getting killed left and right now. There's quite a few of them, but yeah, he just got hit. His engines are destroyed. And he's about to be really fucked. Oh shit! He's dead. He's like, no, no, leave me alone. Oh my god. Uh-oh. Oh! Yeah, I think one or two of them just died there. Oh, there goes another one. He's down too. Oh my god. Oh, here he goes. He's like, yeah, I'm a badass. Yeah. Oh, he's getting hit. He got hit pretty good. Or maybe not. I don't know. Oh! Oh, he got his wings chipped. Oh. Oh no. Ah, he's going down. This guy over here is going down. He's like, ah, help me. Ah. Oh, he died. Oh. Oh. There's not many left now. Oh my god. It's horrendous. Oh, here's the mothership of theirs. It's not doing too good though. I say mothership, but it's really tiny actually. It's just really the main shuttle though for all these little fighters. Ah! I think that's all of them. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, I think he's the only ship left. Yeah, he is. This is the last. Oh, and he just died. Oh my god. That's horrendous. Oh, he just got killed. But yes, that will have to do it for this video. I hope it was somewhat enjoyable. I hope you, if you do play this game, I hope maybe this ship gave you some inspiration. I don't know how or why, but you know, if you're a big fan of battleships like I am, this is Marvel. I mean, I did wish I could redesign it. I might actually make a more realistic battleship rather than having, because I really wanted like the guns in the middle, kinda, but I just kind of replaced it with these just because it was easier. And I already had so many guns over here that I was just like, it'd be kind of useless to put some more Mambas here, like on the middle. So I kind of decided to run with this and the other thing over here. But yes, if you enjoyed this magnificent creation of the great Yamato, possibly unsinkable by the game, the unsinkable title is now reforged, but in a video game. Pretty freaking litty. I love the freaking Yamato ship though, and it's what really inspired me to actually make this ship in the first place. So yeah, I'm pretty proud of it. Just knowing that it's gets the title of being unsinkable again, pretty much. But yeah, so yeah, like I said, if you enjoyed this, please make sure to be a like and comment below. If you want to see more from the Dutch videos, just let me know. I don't know if anyone's interested in seeing like more of my ridiculous designs. I have quite a few of them. So if anyone was interested in seeing more of those, you just let me know in the comments, and because I don't know if you don't tell me if you want to see more of this kind of content. I just thought it would be different from Halo Wars since I've been doing Halo Wars quite a bit. So yeah, I keep repeating myself, but I'll leave it at that. And yeah, so I never know how to end these. I'll just leave it at this. If you like Big Ship, leave like and comment. All right, bye guys.